Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Chicago. Big surprise. And it titles, Read, Concealed Carry Holder Shoots Man Trying to Rob Him on Chicago CTA Train. I am very interested about this story, especially someone who's a concealed carry in Chicago, one of the states that of Illinois that has now decided a stupid law on firearms, on so-called assault weapons, which is bullshit. Anyway, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing, and guys, hit me on Twitter. I don't mind, have a problem talking to you. Let us get into today's story.
Also breaking tonight, a shootout reported on a CTA rush hour train.
That's right. It all happened on the Green Line. Nate Rogers has the story. Nate.
Yeah, that's right, Don and Corey. Chicago police confirming within the last 20 minutes this was actually an attempted robbery on the CTA on the Green Line with many passengers standing by, both the victim and the perpetrator pulling out their weapons.
Anybody responding to the Green Line Laramie, there's possible two shooters on the train, and it might be the second to last car.
Gunshots fired on Chicago's Green Line train.
So I actually almost took this train.
Police were seen canvassing the area looking for evidence. The shooting happening around 5 p.m. here at Cicero and Lake, but it didn't stop there.
We know we got one victim at the Cicero and Lake stop, and the train's still going with somebody possibly shooting still on the train.
The train coming to a halt finally at Laramie. According to reports, a man was shot while trying to rob another man on the train. The commotion unfolding right during rush hour traffic as many riders were heading home. Xavier Hartford relies on the Green Line every day. Safety is his biggest concern.
I actually take a knife wherever I'm going with me because I don't exactly feel safe traveling on public transportation.
You know what? Let's stop it there. Boss man, why can't you bring a gun? A knife? Who brings a knife to a gunfight? We know all those stories, and we've seen the video about 21 feet when a knife holder versus somebody who's concealed carry. We've seen that. I understand. It is a deadly weapon, but why not a gun? Why can't he carry a gun? We have already heard that the perpetrator, the suspect, the joker, came to rob the other person. And the other person, thank God, he had his firearm so he could return fire. But in a state where they are not friendly to gun owners, we might as well just come out and say it. Chicago is one of the worst cities to live in. It is run by these goddamn awful Democrats who are always trying to take people's gun. That is always the solution. It is bullshit. I keep saying it, and it's something that it's expected. It is expected from all of these high crimes areas. California, Philadelphia, Chicago. You're looking at Maryland, D.C., New York. It's the same. But this guy doesn't feel safe. So he brings his knife. Why can't he bring a gun? Something that we always have to ask. And you know, maybe we should tell the mayor, hey, this guy doesn't feel safe on the train. What are you going to do about that? It's the same thing in New York. People do not feel safe on the train. What are they going to do about that? They're going to increase police presence. Police are not always there. If you have not heard it before, you need to be your own first responder. You cannot rely on the police. You can't. Let's see what the rest of this guy is going to say, or actually, let's see what actually happens to the concealed carry holder.
It's crazy that while living in the city, you have to worry about defending your own life.
Green Line service was temporarily shut down between Harlem and Ashland as a result.
It's just crazy to think about because all of these people need to go to work, need to do their jobs, need to go to school, and people are being violent.
And Chicago police telling us the victim was 25 years old. He was not struck. The offender, we're told, was 33 years old. He was struck, but was taken to the hospital listed in fair condition, where he was then taken into custody. Chicago police telling us that charges are pending live outside.
Okay, guys, that's the rest of that story. So what we learned here, kudos for the 25-year-old. He was able to successfully defend himself against this older man who was at 33 years old who was trying to rob him. Unbelievable. On the train, while it's moving or while it's not moving, who knows? And he had his firearm. You know what is so funny? In some cases, let's say if you live in a particular state like Virginia, and as a Virginia rider, we are a Virginia rider, they are allowed to have concealed carry weapons. But the moment you cross into Maryland, your concealed permit doesn't work. The moment that you cross into D.C., your concealed permit doesn't work. And imagine if you get into a scuffle. You can have your gun all the way up to the line, but then guess what? As soon as you cross that line, it's illegal. And this particular person who is on the train, concealed carry holder, and he meets a criminal. Man, what if he didn't have it that day? He may have gotten away, but then, his pride. And I know people will say pride is sinful, pride is sinful. Pride is not something you should worry about. Guys, your life is to be taken seriously. The way that you feel is to be taken seriously. You do not want to put yourself in a position where you are taken advantage of. And I'm sorry, things like that, being robbed, can lead to mental health problems. It could lead to a lot of problems. What if this guy's married? What happens if he gets robbed in front of his girlfriend, his wife? You think he's going to be able to have sex that night? No. So all kinds of things can happen. All kinds of things can run through your head, and you should be able to have the ability to protect yourself. And thank goodness to this guy, because he had his concealed carry gun on him. We are going to see many, 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 many stories like this for the rest of the year, and this is only January, guys. I have said it before in my earlier videos. I believe we are going to realize that guns, firearms are going to be more important than ever. With that said, guys, good guys have guns. Good guys buy them. Good guys train with guns. Because if there were no good guys, if we didn't have good people, there would be no good guys.